Well, here's the 15-minute time frame for BTC Bitcoin in the low 5,900s. As we have seen within the market today, a decline. 6,200 and change earlier, it's lost 300, another 5% down. But of big importance, it's testing an area that big level I've been talking about for quite some time. Will it come into play that it's now our direction that it's going? If I'm waking up tomorrow on the a crypto day morning video, oh, we're at 5,100, yeah, that's in play. Although, and I've said this before, I'm going to be always looking for, well, within this situation, if and when it happens, and that situation is a clear break of this level of support at around 5,000. What I'm looking for, are we going to have any sort of failed breakdown bottom area? For a failed move, to me, is when you breach a very big key level. And right now, where this little circle area is most certainly that of a very key level. You have a noticeable break. So we're not talking about like it did before here, where it barely goes below some support levels. I mean, we're looking at a decent sized move. 5,500, just a small pierce below it, just continuing what it's doing. But if it goes down to 4,900, 4,800, that's some serious business now as far as how this would look amongst the chart. So then, if that's going to be the failed breakdown, the normal thing you would see is that it would not spend much time from about 6,000 to where it bottoms, would re-enter north of 6,000 relatively quickly thereafter, and then enter its previous congestion area, which would be between 6,100 and 67, 68. And then, of course, if there's follow through after that, then that could be a very big, interesting situation, because it's just typical in markets before a big move in one direction or the other is going to have that of the failed move. Now, of course, I'm always going to be looking for that move to 3,000. As a betting man, it's a number I would be very curious and if would be an area of that of a bottom. Just something to be curious about. And if this does happen, this will be very interesting as far as altcoins are concerned. I'm not really going to show much. I'm only going to show one, and it's not that big of one in a little bit. But they're losing. Bitcoin's down a little over 3x from the high. How are the other altcoins doing? 7x, 9x, 12x, 15x right now, 20x. A lot of them are down 20% right now. This could be a serious kind of decline, where if Bitcoin goes from 5,900 to say 2,920, then some of these other coins are going to lose 60, 70, 80% of its potential value in just one move, and maybe closer to 60, 65, depending on the coin. But with some of the big volatility, you never know. And are we going to be in a situation where so many altcoins are just going to leave the way of the wayside here? I've always wondered, was there too many of these coins, but they move so magnificently, giving people the availability to trade? We'll see. That's really part of the risk reward that I talk about. Always job number one for myself, and it's a very interesting game, because there's a lot of risk that can be involved in these plays, and there's a lot of reward. Situations where you can turn 3-figure incomes into 7 and 8 over substantial periods of time, given the nature of this beast of major volatility. And on any situation of the price going down to 3, if it works out to how I hope it does, and then that's the key word for hope. I'm not saying, oh, I know this is going to be the case, but if I have a preference, what will my preference be? That's where I use that word. I'm not a big fan of that word, but when is it in proper placement? So ideally for me would be something that would move down pretty much as fast, just like that. And then from there, maybe do something like this in that form there. That would be the most ideal thing. And most likely, as this would be going on, then we would see the altcoins having a similar move, probably bottoming around the same point. So maybe one altcoin that goes down to $1, which was at like 10 just a few weeks ago, it seemed, or 8 or something of that insane nature. When Bitcoin goes to 3 to 6, it goes from $1 to $7. And then you're going to see on Bitcoin cross pairings that, well, all the coins are going down against Bitcoin because Bitcoin, again, is losing like 3x and other ones are losing like 7, 10, 20, 30x, and all of these large, insane numbers. And some of the rank 2, 3, 400 rank coins, they can have some substantial losses right now that are dragging within it, but they can also in turn bring substantial gains. Again, some of them may go down by the wayside, some of them may yield outstanding results as it moves on, but a situation like this, where even further, let's just assume it's a continuation of a nice bull market, something that we've been seeing in the past, then you could probably, over a decent period of time, see the same thing with the altcoin bear market again too, where, like I say, I moved from like 3,000 to like 15, 16,000 would be like a 6x move. And you talk about all the other coins at that point. Oh, how much have you gained since your August or September or October bottom or whenever it happens to be? I've gained about 20 times or 40 times or 100 times, and Bitcoin would be gaining about 6 times. Just like as we've seen on the way down, again, Bitcoin down a little over 3%. Let's take a look at one individual coin. And it's that of Tron, because lately with these markets moving down as it is, I have been doing nothing but buying, including I just bought this recently too. Back in May, this was pretty close to a dime. Now trading at 1.7 cents. Differential of, well, easy math. 100 minus 17. Oh, that's about 83. We'll even round it down to 80. So you've lost 80 of close to 10. So that's about a 78, 79, 77% decline. Okay. And that's only from the April Fool's highs, we're not looking back at anything from beforehand. But when we look at this on a 15-minute time frame, my last buy was 17. So I would have bought right here. And then I sold at 19. Is this the right code? And it's Bitfinex, that's why. Yes, yeah, see, that was interesting. See, I got lucky. I got a sale at 19. Now, I haven't bought it back yet because I bought at 17, again on the red candle down move here. After the buy order filled, okay, I can't even put buy orders in right now. I got no free US dollar tether. I got it on there. That's for my $3,000 hedge, and I don't want to use it. So I've just wrote notes, and I'll just buy it maybe via Bitcoin if it goes down further, or at least wait for the move to go to 3,000, cash out on from the Bitcoin trade, and then I can buy it. That's the whole plan anyway. Is to, if the market goes to 3 and I cash in the tethers, that I've been using that to buy altcoins. But anyway, you get these situations. I put a sell order for 19 high. I could have got 22 or 21 change. I got 19.9 after buying 17.1. I put a buy order back in for 16 flat. So if it hits the 16, I'm good to go. But so many different coins. Like my notebook I've already thrown aside, but I've got like 7 different coins that I'm going to have to look at the price, like Dash, Ethereum Classic, and Neo. Just a whole bunch of coins like that where I'm like, I got no US dollar, unless of course I break my buy order for 3,000 Bitcoin that's waiting along the wing. Okay, so that is the market. It's getting a little bit later, but it's an active market right now. Yeah, when I look back again, it would have been nicer if this last rally never would have happened in Bitcoin, but so be it. And I'm going to have Fibonacci lines on here. Of course, this represents, from this side of this low, we can see it resisting the 23.6, basically telling us that it's probably headed for a decent leg lower. But if this rally wouldn't have happened, because this really worked out poor because altcoins were going down, and that really didn't help my strategy. But that's fine. What I was hoping for was that it was actually going to break down in here and do something where it would have had its fall to 3 and then probably be back where we are now, simply because it went from 3 to that number. But that didn't happen. That's what I'm going to say on here over and over and over again. The markets are going to do what they're going to do. And to think that you are bigger than the market, I mean, not even close, not even maybe. So the market's bigger than you. And in participating in such, the way I lose in this game is if this becomes like that Tulip Mania, and it does hit the 3,000, but it's not good support there, and it's just going to keep on grinding its way lower. Altcoins basically go to nothing before Bitcoin falls. And it would just be, that's the worst case scenario. I don't think that's going to happen, but when I look at the alternates, if I didn't want to play this game, that means I'd be putting my currency or my Bitcoin into what? Precious metals? Of course I put some in there, but I've been doing so along the way. When the markets were going higher, I've done better than double my physical bullion supply since the start of Bitcoin. And I've been on hold buying because of course, the price decline. I almost did buy up in here. I almost did, actually, during this last little rally, but I decided otherwise, and I'll look to buy more again. But that's, what would I do? Just buy more silver, turn to cash, and then you turn to cash, and then the thing just inflation hits, and then you have situations like, oh my goodness, it's over. Cryptos go up, silver goes up, and I'm going to be happy to have both cryptos and silver in situations like that. But for me, I'm playing the game. I realize the risk, and I've been mentioning it now, but I also realize the reward. When I talk about different coins going from like 7 cents to like into the dollars, 100, 200, 500, 800x moves with these altcoins. They've happened in the past, and I expect them to happen again in the future. And whether it happens tomorrow, that of an amazing altcoin gain, which of course is extremely unlikely to be the case, but whether it were to happen tomorrow, sometime in September or November, December, or next spring, or maybe 417 days from now, the rewards can be magnificent. Thank you for tuning in, and have yourself a great day. Bye-bye.